Okay, so originally I was going to do a video reviewing all the MK characters. However, that was going to take way too long, and I found when I tried it, I couldn't really talk about everything I wanted to with the characters, and I ended up rushing through it, and it just didn't feel very nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each character individually. I'm going to try to upload these as I go, and you can just watch the ones you want, watch them all. I don't really care. You can agree with me or not. I don't really care either. I'm basically just going to brainstorm on each character, get myself more familiar with it, hopefully get you a little bit more familiar with it, and then figure out what I actually think about them, because I'm actually going to start pouring over these. So, D'Vorah. I didn't really love her at first. She didn't really impress me on first view. People have been telling me that she's a lot stronger than I think she is, and they've been telling me a bit of the features about her, and I can see some of it, but I'm still not in love. Okay, so we got a 7 hand size, and we have a 17 vitality character. And 17 vitality, that's really low. That scares me. I know she has a life gain ability, but still, the way that the game's been going, attacks are getting more lethal. There's more damage on the table. And yeah, she can gain life on both turns, and yes, she also has the ability to increase her checks to block. However, it still scares me. I still have this concern that she can just get burst down in a one turn go, just with that low 17 vitality. 7 hand size do have that ability to block, so with a really strong pilot, I can see this being super scary. But I don't see her. She's just missing that one thing, you know? She's just missing that special shine. She's got the +1 damage that scales the more attacks that you play that are all gated to 4 damage. So that's definitely respectable damage, right? Like you're looking at a Snake Man type character, but that 17 vitality just scares me. And the E once per turn for the next check. Like, what do you want to be doing when you're playing as D'Vorah? Where do you want to be? You're probably going to want to pull the game out. You want to get your opponent into a game where they're trying to push attacks to you, and you can let them attack you to a degree and then shut them down so that you can be constantly using your life gain, and you're constantly kind of draw them into this weird attacks. Like, it's very much like the spider and the fly. You want to draw them in to this weird gameplay that, you know, benefits you. What you don't want is your opponent holding back and then just, you know, crushing you with one oppressive turn. And she's going to be a character where an intelligent player is going to be able to play around her to a degree and then do exactly that. But she's going to be a measuring stick of a player's skill, of your opponent. If your opponent is not at least this tall to ride, you're just going to murder them for free playing this character. Because unless you know how to get around a character with this strong of life gain and with the ability to basically free block an attack as long as you know what you're doing, then yeah, you're just going to murder people for free if they don't know how to approach her. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with her. I don't know if I'd want to play her super aggressively, because I don't know if I'd ever want to be in a situation where I overextend and not secure a kill, because again, I don't ever want to give my opponent the chance to burst me down in a single turn. I kind of want to leave myself in this situation where I'd never want them to push that hard. So yeah, I'm thinking if I had to build her, I'd be looking at more of a mid-range type thing where I'm going to push through slightly longer strings to make sure I'm landing at least a couple attacks of respectable damage. The thing about a character like this, that you have your attack increase the more attacks you play, is it creates a bit of a mind game with your opponent. So when I'm playing my first attack, and let's say my opponent has 2 blocks in their hand, and I'm playing my first attack, depending on the environment of the game state, my opponent might think to themselves, okay, if I block this first attack, then that means the later attacks are going to be of higher damage, and I have a lower ability to block more threatening attacks. However, if my opponent is not planning on playing more attacks, and I don't block this one, then I'm just eating damage for free. So you, as the D'Vorah player, kind of also have to leverage that same mindset where you got to throw out that first attack knowing that you can pick either avenue and they need to both benefit you. So you need to build a deck that's going to adequately benefit you depending on whether or not you can just throw an attack, poke, and then bail into a build, or readjusting your board state, or you need to be able to attack, and if your opponent presents the opportunity, that you can push through to get the extra damage off on them, whilst not putting yourself into a situation where they can burst you down, right? So she's this weird kind of character where you need to maintain 2 possible avenues at all times in order to take advantage of any mistakes that your opponents make. And that's kind of how I feel D'Vorah is really going to shine. So in a strong player's hands, I can, again, just see her being incredibly powerful. But I don't know, she's not good enough to just be free wins. She's not like Reptile. She's not like a skill cannon where you can just toss her to a new player and be like, here, run this deck. You don't really need to know what's going on. You're just going to succeed. She's not that good. Not that good at all. So, I don't know. My evaluation for her, she's about middle of the road in terms of Mortal Kombat characters. She's definitely better than a lot of the baddies out there, but she's not as good as some of the broken stuff that's out there. I guess that's it. She's respectable. She's very respectable, but she's not broken. And in a game where you want broken right now, you just want everything to be broke strong. And she's not quite there, but definitely good. I can see her running some PTCs, but no majors, at least not in my opinion. So yeah, stay tuned for the next one.